Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making another Christmas wreath kit from Designer DIY. It came with 2 rolls of mesh, this cute Santa plush with his little beard, and then you get your 9 different ribbons. So I pre-cut these to 12 inches, and the technique for the mesh is I'm going to be looping this one around the wreath frame, and then I'm going to be ruffling this color and adding it on top. So I start in the back bigger ring first, and I am going to just take the end of the mesh and I'm just going to pinch it, and I'm going to twist it into one side and leave enough extra here that I can kind of tuck into the frame. And give it a twist, and then we are going to turn the wreath form, and we're going to loop it from here to this peg. So I usually try to eyeball my loop size about the same size that the peg sticks out. That way I don't have to sit there and measure each time. So I kind of want this loop, I hope that makes sense. I want this loop here to be about the same size as where this peg sticks out. Do that, and then I'm going to twist this. And we're just going to go all the way around the back of the ring. After I finish this back ring, I'm going to hop up to this top smaller ring and keep doing the same thing. Then I'm going to go through and we'll fluff out these loops more like this, get them all fluffed. I just wait until I'm done putting all the mesh in first. So I'm just going to keep going around the back of this ring. We offer 2 different wreath kits on our website. This is our more basic wreath kit that's for beginners. I mean, if you're a wreath making pro, like, you can still definitely get a kit and make it. We have a ton of like picks, extra ribbon if you wanted to even add more to it. But it includes instructions on how to put everything together. They're very easy to understand, but it is a more basic beginner wreath. Now we have a second type of wreath kit available where it's more advanced. So it includes 5 full bolts of ribbon and then 1 bolt of mesh, and it kind of gives you, like, you have more than enough ribbon so you can really make just about any style of wreath that you want. We do have an instructional video that is like for an idea of something you can make with that, but we give you enough materials that you can do whatever style you choose. So those are the 2 kits we offer at this time, and we have them for every holiday. We have everyday ones. Our website is shopdesignerdiy.com. So make sure to check that out. You can get on our email list. If you see, I added it right on top of where I'd started, and now I'm bumping up to this peg right here. But when you go to our website, make sure to sign up for our email list, because then you'll hear about new products or special sales. That way you can get caught up on everything. So when you do the top ring, there's a little bit more give to it. You don't have to be like, okay, I need it to be right to here. I just kind of eyeball the loop size to where it's going to just fill in that gap. We're going to be adding the ruffled mesh on top of it. So this is basically just adding like a filler. And you shouldn't use your whole roll. You should still have quite a bit left on your roll when you're done. So you could either go back around and add more loops, but it's not necessary. I just trim it off. Almost done. And some pegs are closer together than others, and that's another thing where you just kind of eyeball it to just get the loop the size that you need. Make sure you guys can see. And we do appreciate your guys' support, so make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out all of our tutorials on there. We try to offer a variety. I'm going to do one more loop. This is where I brought it up from the back. I'm going to do one more loop and end here. And like I said, we're adding green mesh on top of all this. So I'm just going to cut about 5 inches. And this is just going to tuck in because all the other mesh is going to cover it anyway. So now I kind of go through and fan out all the loops. Just make sure nothing's pinched tight. Fan it all out, it'll just fill more. Okay, so with the green mesh, I cut it into 18-inch pieces. For the ruffle, let's see, I see the cut edge. It's hard because I'm doing green on a green mat. Sorry, everyone. You give it a little bit of a roll, like this, so the cut edge is then rolled inward. So I roll that up, and then through the center of the mesh, I just gather it, and then I roll this end towards it. So you have a curl, and then it's ruffled kind of in the middle. And I just put it into the wreath just like this. So I'm going to start with the back ring again, and I'm just going to add it right on top and give it a twist. Grab my next one. I'm going to do my curl, ruffle down the center. Do my another curl. I'm just going to keep adding it in until each peg has a green one. All right, so I have finished putting all of the green mesh in every peg. Super full. How cute. Okay, so the next step would be ribbon. So this style of kit, you get 9 different ribbons. They're cut into 1-yard pieces, and then you're going to want to cut them into 12-inch pieces. So you'll end up with 3 pieces out of each yard. So each grouping, we have paired together the ribbons that, like, we have them organized the way that they need to go into the wreath. Let me find them all. Like, you don't want all your green in the same pile, all your red, or all your plaids in the same pile. You want to mix them up. So we've done that for you. So these 3 are going to go together, these 3 are going to go together, and these 3 will go together. So like I said, cut them into 12-inch pieces. You can cut them straight, or you could do your V-cut. And I fray checked all the edges, which is another thing you'll get in your kit, a bottle of Fray Check. So after you cut it, you'll glide this along all your cut edges, and it seals them. It is wonderful. So I'm going to set these ribbons aside, and we are going to work around the top ring, okay, not the back ring. So on this top ring, it doesn't matter where you start. So if I have my 3 groups, I'll take 1 of each of the first grouping, and it's going to go here. And then when we go to this next peg, I'll grab 1 of each of the next grouping. And I'm going to alternate as I go around. So what you're going to do is pick 2 ribbons and make an X. Make an X. Third one goes up and down in the middle. So it's kind of like a star shape. And then across this center point, we're just going to gather it. Kind of like when you're making a bow. You just want that nice and tight. And then we just put it right on top of the peg, and we twist it in. These wreaths are so easy. If you can use a twist tie, then you can make a wreath. And then I kind of fluff them upward so they don't look flat like a paper. I bring them up and kind of add a little bit of shape. It's another thing why you want to use wired ribbons. And you can even add like a little ruffle if you want to it. Okay, now we are gonna go to the next peg, and I'm gonna grab one of each of these ribbons. Make my X, one up and down in the middle, gather across the center, and it's gonna go right here. You wanna give it a nice tight twist so it doesn't come out. And then I just fan out all the ribbons and fluff them. I will say one of the most important things when you're wreath making is the fluffing. Because you twist it in, if you just twist it in and then walk away, it's not going to look good. You have to be able to fluff it up and take the time to make sure that every ribbon is fanned out, everything's showing, there's not like a gap somewhere. All right, so now we are going to this peg. They kind of blend in because they're green. So I'm going to grab one of each from that third grouping and make my X, one up and down the middle. If I have 1.5 inches, I usually try to put that on the top of the stack. Twist it in. And I'm just going to keep going all the way around this top ring until I've filled them all in. So we'll find the next one. I'll go back to that first grouping. Grab one of each ribbon. Fanned out. If you don't want to have to order a wreath kit, we do offer a ton of just the supplies. Like we got ribbon, mesh, signs, we have picks. We have everything you need. But kits make it a lot easier because we've done all the work of matching for you. Twist it. This ribbon is amazing. Now, when we make our wreaths, we love the ribbon. So we've had a lot of people that'll be like, oh my gosh, you're covering up the mesh. Like, I don't really want to see the mesh. I want to see all this like beautiful ribbon, all the detail. The mesh to me is just the filler. If you want to see your mesh, you can make whatever style you want. But I love all the ribbons on top. Fan it all out. Sometimes I like pull the pegs apart if they're like on top of each other too much. The more you do it, the easier it'll get to kind of know like where you need to pull and twist and that type of thing. All right, I got 2 left. Now, most of our wreath forms, there's 10 pegs on the back and 8 on the front top frame. Every once in a while, the manufacturer could send one where you have like an extra peg. So when we measure out the ribbon to include, sorry, I have a hard time talking and working. The ribbon we include, when you cut it into 12-inch pieces, you should end up with an extra group of ribbon. It's just a backup just in case you have an extra peg and you need ribbon, or if there's a hole that you need to fill. So don't panic if you have an extra set when you're done. That's normal. It's kind of a just in case you need it. Works out perfectly. So, last peg. All right, so I've already kind of fluffed it up. The next step is going to be adding the Santa head. All right, with this wreath kit, it came with this super cute Santa. I think it was a door knocker, or a doorknob holder or something. Anyway, how cute is that? We include a piece of twine, and the way that I'm going to put this guy in is I'm going to slip the twine right above the fur here and under these pine cones. It matches, so it should blend in. So I'm just going to wrap that in, and I'm going to figure out where I want him, and I'm just going to tie this to the actual wreath frame. So I think I kind of want him just off to the side. I want a hole in the middle to keep that normal like wreath shape. So I'm just going to have him over here, and I'm going to tie once on the back just so my string is going to be coming from the center of him. And loosen it a bit so it's not scrunching the hat at all. Okay, so lay him on here, and I just want to work this piece of string underneath the ribbon, through the mesh, and get it down and into the wreath. So work that down, and this one, I kind of want to go under the ribbon so I'm not pulling the ribbon towards the back. Okay, and then I'm going to carefully, sorry if I shake the camera, carefully flip them over. Take my two strings and tie pretty snugly to this metal frame. Give it a couple ties just in case. Snip off the excess. Do the shake test, make sure he's not going anywhere. And it was that easy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Here's the finished product. It's hard to get the whole thing on screen. How cute is he? Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to check out our website. It's shopdesignerdiy.com. I'll try to link in the comments some of our wreath kits you can see below, hopefully. But make sure to give us a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Talk to me. And thank you for joining me. Have a great day.